Okay, let's get started. I guess. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's dole out some unsolicited advice and stuff.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I am not the person for this.
I know.
Hey, guys, gals, and all you non-binary pals. You've reached the Katy Needs A Life advice hotline podcast. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We're a band. This isn't what we normally do. In the old world, reaching our fans meant that we would play shows. But in this new world, we're going to try podcasts. My name is Katy May, and with me today is our fearless guitarist, Reggi Paige. Our fearful bassist, David Bolema.
Hi.
Am I the fearless one?
And fear itself, Jake Simmons.
Oh, yes. I love that.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you're doing great. I just saw an ad for the new Bill and Ted movie. It's Bill and Ted Face the Music. Have you seen the ad for it?
Not yet.
I have not.
Okay, it comes out on September 1st, and I'm pretty much like the most excited that I've been in the last decade because I love Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted are like married to the princesses and stuff, and they have 2 little girls, and then they have to go into the future instead of into the past. But I do think that they go into the past because I think that they have to like create the world's greatest band again, you know? So like
I have not seen any Bill and Ted anything since I was a child. So I remember absolutely nothing, which is awful. But
Oh no.
I know. Disappointment.
After a great start.
it's totally fine because there's like a ton of movies now that are part of a franchise. Like there are movies that were going to be released this year, but then because of COVID, they're going to be released next year instead. But there's the Wonder Woman franchise, there's the Ghostbusters franchise, there's, you know, Bill and Ted and stuff, and I'm sure that there's plenty of others. Is there like a big franchise that you have heard of from like everyone, but you've never seen?
I haven't seen any of the Godfather movies.
Does
Does that count? I mean, they're not making a Godfather fucking 7 in 2020, but
Yeah, I've only watched the first Godfather movie. I've never actually seen any of the other ones.
seen the 2. I've never seen any Star Treks.
huh?
Yeah.
Nerd.
It's okay, David.
Wait, David's a nerd for not having seen Star Trek?
I think that's how that works. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't
pretty
know.
sure.
Well, okay, so I've also never seen The Godfather, not to be excluding David, but with the best of your ability, Jake, could you explain to me what The Godfather is about?
Oh my God. Jesus, no, I cannot.
Just
I
try.
assume I I would assume it's something between Scarface and The Sopranos, but much more boring. Does that seem no? Very false.
I think there's less cocaine.
You're not wrong, but
But you're definitely not right.
I've played the Mafia video games. Is it like that?
no. Well, it's like the Godfather video game. Did you ever play
Nope.
that? No. Okay.
I can think of another franchise I really haven't. I've watched the first Land Before Time. I don't know about the other fucking 20.
If they're anything like the Lion King movies, then they're all the same fucking
Okay.
movie, just
Okay.
redone like 3-4 times.
Like how many times does I can't talk.
Littlefoot.
Littlefoot's mother die though, because like, ouch.
I mean, he's got other family members that can die.
Oh, that touche.
So
no.
when I started my band like 10 years ago, AJ and Damien restarted a version of their old band, and we kind of like some of us played with them, and AJ called it Such Social Animals, and for like designs and stuff, he just like looked up like what he called power animals and tried to make, like t-shirt designs and poster designs out of that, like a bear and a lion, and he said he was looking up a picture of a pterodactyl and could not figure out why on all of Google he could not find a picture of a pterodactyl. It took a very long time.
I could no one have taken a picture of it.
Yeah. Even when he was explaining it to me, I was like, yeah, why wouldn't there be a picture of a pterodactyl?
Well, let's move on to the meat and bones of our segment. We asked people to send us questions that we could give some advice for. We got lots and lots of questions, but we had to narrow it down to just a few. Yeah, we got a lot. People like us. So, hey, and if you want to ask a question, we'll just put it out there right now. You can go ahead and email your questions to katyneedsalife@outlook.com. That's KATY needsalife@outlook.com. Okay. For anonymity's sake, or whatever the word is, anonymity.
Anonymity?
Yeah.
Anonymity.
Anatomies for anatomy's sake.
Here we go. Caller number 1's name is Matt, and Matt asks, dude at work talks incessantly and makes it hard to get stuff done. How do I get him to shut up?
You work around tape. Doesn't matter what kind of tape. I mean,
or glue.
Tape sticks better. Tape their mouth shut. Or tape them to a wall.
Tape their mouth to a wall.
Tape a wall
outside and lick a pole.
to their mouth.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Dunzo. You're welcome. Bill's in the mail.
I always like the idea of like, if you're comfortable with doing it and it won't get you like in too much trouble, to like just make eye contact and like take off your socks or something. I feel like that's a move that generally makes people so uncomfortable that they never want to talk to you again, but you have to keep the eye contact the whole time.
Or like seductively eat a hot dog while just eye contact.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could backfire on you. Maybe it don't.
Okay, caller number 2 asks, what's the best cheese?
Oh,
Colby Jack.
there is no appropriate answer for this. It's called all cheese is the best cheese.
I mean, I feel like there's definitively some cheese that I can't eat because it's too pungent with its smell.
Too cheesy.
Yeah.
I feel like
I can tell you what the worst cheese is. Kraft Singles.
that was going to be my best cheese. Okay.
Nice.
Cheese is a very situational type of thing for me. Like, there's ideal cheese for breakfast, and a lot of like different meats have different cheese preferences. But I'd say that Colby Jack is probably the most versatile in cooking with meats and stuff. And I like it. I like Munster cheese, though, because I always think it's like the Munster's cheese.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I like
Monster's
Monster
good.
cheese. Monster cheese is the best.
The only thing that sucks about it is that it has like, I think it has like a higher melting temp. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I've definitely tried using it on pizza before, and it doesn't quite melt the same way.
I never would have
Really?
thought of
It
using
looks
it on
weird,
pizza.
but it tastes great.
I bet it does. It's a really good cheese. When
Oh
was your
man,
first
maybe
experience-
mozzarella though.
Oh yeah, and I mean Parmesan's pretty versatile too.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying, all cheese is good cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, caller number 2 is a little bit unfair about their question.
Yeah, but definitively Colby Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
Colby Jack's pretty dope.
yeah. David just sits there seething over the comments
hell?
about Kraft Singles. Caller number 3, we'll call her Betty. What kind of hobbies can I get into during COVID season?
Cooking.
Counting, I think.
What kind of stuff have you been cooking? Because I know David's been cooking more too.
Anything that seems simple that I might have stuff around for, like fried rice, or I don't know. We like tried to recreate a bloomin' onion like a month ago to some level of success. I don't know. I've been grilling more and things like that. Just simple stuff because I'm not good at it. I just want to do it. It's a hobby.
Yeah, it's like a healthier lifestyle choice too than like ordering out all the time. Cook.
Cooking is good. Chain smoking.
Walks are good.
Walking.
Oh yeah, walking is dope.
Video game hoarding.
Disc golfing.
Cool.
Golfing. I picked up golfing. It's pretty cool.
If you're not really into the outside world, I've been reading. You know, they told me when I was younger that you should read, and I thought that was really dumb and that they didn't know what they were talking about when they said those things because reading is super boring. But I've read some good books that changed my opinion, and I think that you could have a similar experience. Reading is cool. That's all I'm saying.
That has not been my experience.
Another hobby you can get into: cat hoarding.
Yeah,
Cat hoarding.
It's like being
There's
a cat
lots of
lady,
cats
like
just
minus
roaming
the
around.
layout.
Yeah, there's a
out here.
lot of cats out there.
There's so many
Yeah.
cats outside. I mean, they're technically an invasive species at this point. So, like, why not hoard cats?
Okay, did you know that cats aren't required to have rabies shots?
Wait, do you mean vaccinations?
Well, no, like the rabies shot is something that they give dogs and stuff every year. Cats are really, really sensitive, so they don't really give them a ton of the same like vaccinations that they give dogs. But if you have an indoor cat, then they don't really mess around with it much because they don't go outside, so they're not exposed to those things. And they don't really have a way of regulating it. With dogs, you can like have them wear a collar that has the little rabies tag on it, but it's inhumane to put a collar on a cat.
Inhumane to put a collar on a cat?
Yeah, because cats jump around a whole bunch of places, and it's more likely that the collar will get caught and they'll get strangled.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
That sentence seems weird to me. It's inhumane to collar. I've never really seen too many humans with collars.
I've seen a lot of humans with collars.
Peter says, first time caller, long time listener. It's great.
Neat.
Do you have any creative ways to meet strange in a pandemic?
Wait, what?
Hmm.
Meat strange?
Probably apps like usual, I would think.
That's not creative at all.
What's meat strange?
Strange, like random hookups and stuff.
Thanks, David. David and I have been together for almost 7 years, by the way.
You could just hang outside Circle K overnight. You're bound to meet somebody.
Oh my God, you could go to Walmart at like 3 a.m.
Dude, Walmart's the best place to go for strange. I mean, it might not be the same kind of strange you're looking for, but it's strange nonetheless. Also, if you want to check out a good Walmart, the one in Battle Creek, I can recommend you that guy. It's weird.
Well, okay, Jake and David, you're both from beach towns. Like, there's got to be some like weird places that just attract weird people in like the beach towns.
The beach.
It used to be this place called Ship's Rail that was like open from 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. And it was a diner. It was run by this guy who was like Nick from Rocky as like a real life person. But like with a lot of guns everywhere. And yeah, that was a place.
There was a diner in South Haven for a long time called Mo's Coffee Pot, and it was very cool. I didn't think of people. I didn't think of specifically like meeting new people there, but it was a strange place that had people. It was certainly a place where strange things happened to people. So
I'd say people, surprisingly enough, don't really love taxidermied bears.
I prefer a taxidermied bear in my room over a real one.
Really?
but I would prefer a real one elsewhere.
Well, I mean, like, what if the bear was chill and just juggled all the time? Like, it wasn't like an attacky bear. It was like an entertainer.
Although there's like these Russian dudes I've seen on YouTube that have like a pet bear, and he just like sits in a chair and plays trumpet and stuff, and it's pretty cool.
How does he play
I hang out.
trumpet?
Dude,
Do they even have lips?
I don't know how it works. I can barely play a trumpet.
Ha, barely.
So just like a super showy bear that's always begging
I
for
mean,
your
he doesn't
attention.
really play
and
trumpet.
is
Like,
loud.
he's not really like
Needy
making
bear.
music.
The type that wear like sequined vests and stuff, you know?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a super loud, attention-starved bear.
Yeah, bear
Like-
with something to prove.
Y'all have seen videos of bears riding bicycles?
Like,
Yes.
Like a bike. Like a bear on a bike. It's amazing. That's where you meet weird people. Wherever the bears racing bikes are. Go to Russia. Russia's weird.
There you go. There's where you go during a pandemic to meet new people. Russia.
Answered. Good.
okay, cool.
Sorry,
Asked
I'm not very
and
good at
answered.
advice.
Caller named Carrie asks, what do you do when you catch yourself almost on the edge?
The edge of what?
That's all that they ask, David.
Usually, if I'm falling, I just go for it. Now I'm talking about ladders.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
gotcha.
If I'm gonna go, I'm going. If I catch myself on the edge, like, you know, in a deeper way, try to ride the wave and see where it goes, I guess.
If you find yourself on the edge, if you can stop yourself enough to take a couple big deep breaths and do the suggested circle breathing where you breathe in for 7 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, breathe out for 7 seconds, and then hold that for 7 seconds. Do that for about 3 minutes. Then you can calm down a little bit. And a lot of people have suggested like trying to find the deeper reason of why you're being pushed to the edge, like trying to really think about what's making you feel any emotion and then trying to work on that.
One thing
I
I do
don't-
when I find
I don't
myself
know
on
that.
edge, I tend to like nap. It sounds dumb, easy, but I don't know. Sometimes I just need to like not let my brain get the better of me and just like take a nap or do something else to like, I don't know, like creative outlets and stuff, like painting, drawing, whatever you do.
Yeah, something so that you can
Music.
separate yourself and you can like focus on something else.
I don't know. I find myself in that position a lot, and I just kind of got, you just kind of gotta do whatever feels right, I guess.
Well, I
I've
mean,
got pretty gnarly anxiety, and if I get worked up enough, which is very easy to do, depending on the situation, if it's something I absolutely can't control, and you know the damage is done, there's no fixing it. I'll usually land on writing something musically or just writing some words down. If I'm on the edge of exploding at a person, usually just sitting in my car and like listening to music will help pull me out of that headspace. And
I'm very similar. Like headphone, like I'll just throw on music. I'm
Yeah.
a very music-oriented person, so for me, it's that.
sometimes you gotta throw on the ABBA and let the river fucking run, man.
Cry it out when I was a teenager too. It's like just listen to music and just like sing along as loud as I could. Just belt it
Yeah.
out. Like half the time I'd be crying at the same time. Just like fucking basically just yelling in my bedroom, ugly crying to AFI.
AFI was a good one to just let yourself be emotional to you as well.
I think that is the point of AFI, yes.
yeah,
You're using AFI to its fullest potential there.
fire inside.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
I think it's a feeling inside.
Oh,
No.
I have no idea.
A fortunate invitation.
I do
And
have a few
GTA.
more questions because I got a really funny one from a caller named, we'll say Gus. And Gus just asked, and what of Risk?
Risk.
Fuck
Hang
that
on.
game.
Risk is
I'm gonna
the
say fuck
greatest
that
board game. The greatest board game. I cannot get anyone to play with me. I've got like 3 different versions of Risk, and I've played maybe 5 times in the last 10 years.
I will come play Risk with you. I've never
Okay.
played Risk.
After I get about hour and a half, 2 hours, I start self-sabotaging and be like, I'm gonna go after this country where you have like 15 dudes with my one guy. Or like with
That's
my
also
guy.
fun too, though.
But
When
then,
you
like,
just start
that always-
accidentally
that always
taking down other
backfires
people's
on
shit.
me. Yeah, no, it'll always backfire on me because like I'll start rolling really good numbers all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, never mind then.
And what of Risk? You know, that's what I gotta say. And what of Risk? If I didn't take a risk a few years ago because I wanted to play with Bruiser Queen from St. Louis, then we would never have this band. And I mean, like, sometimes risks won't be so beneficial, but you gotta try in order to know. Gus?
I remember, I don't know if I was at that show, but I remember it happening. I just, you don't forget a band name like that. That's just one of, like, the best band names I've heard in a long time.
You know what I realized when I was reading What's Eating Gilbert Grape is that I haven't even seen all the states in the Midwest. I haven't been to Iowa, and I haven't been to Missouri. I'm sure you have, Jake. You've toured, like, everywhere.
We played St. Louis on the tour where my van broke down and it was so expensive. And Iowa, I maybe haven't been through. No, I played Iowa. Yeah, I played it. Yeah, I've seen Iowa and Missouri. I definitely haven't seen all of them. I've not seen Utah.
Utah's in the Midwest, too?
Or
No.
No, it's not.
It's more
I'm just thinking like, yeah.
States.
Sorry.
I haven't been to a lot of the states. I've never been out west. I really want to check it out, but I feel like California is kind of like Texas in a way where you can play the state multiple times in like a tour, but it's like super long drives between cities.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, you probably could book a tour to be not so terrible as far as the trips between towns, but like that's not the way it panned out for me.
What was your tour like there?
Hot. It was like a month long. We went down south first, then kind of up the west coast, and then back across the top of the country. And California was so fucking hot. I had never been to most of those places before, really any of those places before. So it was just hard to book, you know? So, like, I'd have, like, not just in California, but throughout the whole trip, there was, like, 7, 8, 9, 10-hour drives every other day between shows. Then you'd have, like, 2 days off, and it's, like, a Thursday and a Friday, which sucks. And then you can find a show on a Monday. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not great. It was a great experience, but, like, trying to book it was a nightmare.
It's a lot
And
more
driving was a
spread
nightmare.
out.
Yeah.
The further west you go, the more spread out it is, definitely.
Yes.
Time
It
to
would have
get
been
it.
much more enjoyable if only we had AC and it was not July. It was either June or July. Terrible.
So then, Jake, what of Risk when it comes to touring or whatever?
I've taken Risk on tour with me before and did not play a single time because nobody fucking wants to play Risk other than me, I guess.
Oh,
That
I'll
is
play
what of
some-
Risk.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time that we have for advice today. Tune in next time for more advice from us. And don't forget that you can ask us anything that you want to and, you know, take it or leave it. We will give you some kind of response because we care. But before we go, I think that now is a good time for us to just kind of give some unsolicited advice, you know? Just something that we think that our listeners should take away, maybe that they didn't think of asking, but is a little tidbit of knowledge that they have to have. We'll start with Reggie whenever they're ready.
Don't go swimming. We evolved legs for a reason.
Like that.
All right, Jake.
If you buy a little jar of thyme seasoning and use it in everything, you will not be disappointed. That's what I got.
All you need is time.
And it's all you need is time. Yeah. That and green onions. Those are the two things that I've used the most of in this last few months that I don't think I've used much before in my life. That's what I can give to you on this day.
All right, David. What is your unsolicited advice this week? I know you've been waiting for this moment your whole life.
Lift with your legs.
Oh, that one's really good. I like that.
I thought you were supposed to lift with your back.
And jerk when you do it. Like lift with
Yeah,
your
you
back
gotta, like,
and make a
grab
twisting
it.
motion.
Jerk up.
That's all.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it'll save your life.
I went back to work the other day to like change some tires on my own car, and I lifted one of the big ass jacks that was like off in a garage. I had to put in a truck, and I haven't been to work in a couple months, so that just bit of information was not in my brain. So I lifted it with my back, and by the time I rode in the back of the truck to where my car was that I was going to switch tires, my back was gone. Yeah.
Here's my bit of unsolicited advice, but before I get into it, I just want to remind people that you can email us directly at katyneedsalife@outlook.com for our advice on things, or just to say, hey, we're eager to hear from you and can't wait to get to know our followers or whatever. We have to come up with our friends. Yeah. We'll be best friends. If you like and subscribe to our shit. But
Shit.
Thank you so much for tuning in today and giving our podcast a chance. I know that this is weird. We're just some band from Kalamazoo, Michigan who plays awesome music and does awesome stuff, but we really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hear us. Here is my last little bit of advice, and it's going to be the same every week. Be rad, stay cool, and always do the right thing. We hope that you have an amazing rest of your week, and we'll be talking to you again soon. Have a killer day, y'all.